Israel's cabinet has approved a deal with Hamas that will see 50 Israeli women and children released over a 4-day ceasefire in exchange for 150 jailed Palestinians and a lull in fighting.
이스라엘이 자국에 수감된 팔레스타인인 150명을 석방하고 휴전하는 대가로 하마스가 4일간의 교전 중지 기간 동안 어린이와 여성인질 50명을 석방하는 내용의 협상안을 이스라엘 각료회의가 승인했습니다. All right, so there's going to be a ceasefire from today.
Right, they've said, BBC was reporting that it'll be 10 a.m. Local time, so we're 7 hours ahead of them. So it'll be about 5 in the evening, 5 o'clock p.m. today.
Right.
is when this should start.
I see. 네, 현지 시간으로 목요일 오전 10시부터 이제 일단은 휴전에 들어간다라고 합니다. But the hostages won't be freed until Friday. That's what the BBC is also saying as well. And that's a little bit different to what they had anticipated because they had hoped that Thursday would be the start. But, well, at least the ceasefire.
The ceasefire,
yeah,
right.
that begins Thursday.
Temporary ceasefire.
Yes.
So Israel has said that, Benjamin Netanyahu, the Israeli prime minister, he said, we're at war. We will continue this war. We will resume fighting Hamas once the truce expires. So he's fully just said, this is temporary.
네, 지금 이게 그 잠시 동안 휴전한다라는 것도 역시 근데 아주 명백하게 밝히고 있습니다. 시스파이어가 끝나자마자 또 다시 이렇게 파이팅이 시작이 될 것이다라는 얘기도 나오고 있으니까요.
More than 11,000 Palestinians have been killed during this recent Israeli offensive, and a lot of, many believe that those numbers are underreported. It could be 25, 3,000 more people. A lot of them, they're saying 2/3 of the dead have been identified as women and minors as well. Right. Israel has said thousands of Hamas militants have been killed.
So you said 11,000.
More than 11,000 Palestinians.
Palestinians have been killed. 아, 그렇군요. 팔레스타인인이 지금 11,000명 이상이 사망한 것으로 집계가 되는데 이게 좀 지금 일단은 이 숫자가 공식적으로는 이렇게 나와 있지만 you said that the 11,000 could be
underreported.
Underreported.
It's most likely underreported, meaning it's much higher.
The actual figure
The
could
actual
be higher.
figure. And one report I read said around 2,500 more, because a lot of people are buried under rubble at the moment. There's thousands of people, hundreds to thousands of people missing, displaced. I think they're saying millions are displaced already because of this.
갈 곳을 잃은 사람들은 뭐 말할 것도 없이 너무나 많아졌고요. 지금 underreported라는 것은 보도가 이렇게 한 뭐 10,000명, 11,000명 이렇게 되고 있지만 그 사망자 수가 좀 뭐라 그럴까요? 과소평가된 것처럼 과소평가는 underrated지만 여기서는 이제 적게 보도가 됐을 것이다. 실제 사망자 수는 그거보다 더 많을 것이다라는 전문가들의 분석이 나오고 있습니다. A lot of the people dead, as you said, are children and women. Mm-hmm. Let's have a look at the main expressions. The first one is in exchange for something.
Well, when you buy something, anything, you go to the store, you get that item, and you exchange it for money. So any kind, like a trade, you can think of it as a trade.
Yeah.
You can it doesn't even actually have to be physical things sometimes, right? Like I maybe helped you with something in exchange for a compliment or in exchange for a favor later on down the road.
Sure, why not?
Or sometimes you might do something for someone. You might do some work for them, and then they might, in exchange, buy you a meal or something like that, for example.
In exchange for something. And 무언가의 대가로라는 뜻이 되겠습니다. What about a lull?
That is a period of time where things are calm and quiet, and usually there's been some upheaval prior to that. A lot of times you'll hear things, a lull in fighting or a lull in hostilities.
lull이라는 거는요, 이제 소강 상태를 말하고 있는 거죠.
There's a big storm, right? There's lots of rain, lots of storm, and then there's a bit of a lull. It's not so strong for a period of time.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
then it just starts up again.
네, 그래서 여기서는 a lull in fighting이라고 했어요. 그러니까 잠시 동안 싸우는 것을 중지한다라는 뜻이 되겠네요. Here's the headline again. Israel's cabinet has approved a deal with Hamas that will see 50 Israeli women and children released over a 4-day ceasefire in exchange for 150 jailed Palestinians and a lull in fighting.